Hey everyone, Grayson the Bard here, and welcome back to day 24 of the Hunt a Day. And today we are fighting a monster that I think is a little controversial in the fandom, at least this version of it. We are fighting Thunder Serpent Narwa, the original end boss of Monster Hunter Rise when it released. I'm going to start off by saying that there's a lot I really like about this fight. I really like the music. I actually enjoy the way the siege elements are implemented, even if they feel very gamey and less ingrained into the actual, logic of the fight itself. They break up the standard tempo of the fight just enough without fully interrupting it, while still integrating the rampage mechanics that, Narwa is inherently tied to. Although I do wish they stuck around just a hair longer, because it always seems like by the time I get up onto the rock and, get on one of the turrets, I'm able to get maybe one or two shots off before the thing disappears, and that always feels shitty. I'll also talk about this when I fight Ibushi eventually, but I just really like the design of the serpents in Rise. I love Ibushi, I love Narwa. I think they're really cool designs that I think were, especially Ibushi, really held back by being, for the most part, stuck behind Rampage. And I think Narwa really didn't get enough build-up as a big final boss. I actually didn't realize how abrupt it was until I was playing through again with friends, and we've just been kind of blasting through low and high rank, and it just sort of appears. There's a small text only cutscene where Hojo is like, "Hey, we found the actual big bad of this. It's we're calling it Thunder Serpent Narwa. Go kill it," and then you do, and it's just kind of, it feels weird, and I get that it's also not the intended final boss of the game, and that's where a lot of the controversy comes in. There's a lot of people who, and I don't know if this has been confirmed by Capcom or not, but there's, the idea that this game was very heavily impacted by COVID in terms of its development, and they had to cut a lot of corners in order to get the game out when they needed to. And so there's the idea that, Thunder Serpent Narwa was not supposed to be the final boss of the game. It was supposed to be All-Mother the entire time. But because of COVID throwing a wrench into pretty much every game's development at that time, they needed to make regular Thunder Serpent the final boss and push All-Mother Narwa to post-game content with the title updates. And at the time of Rise's release, looking back on it now and playing through the game, it's easy to see, yes, this Thunder Serpent is just a midpoint to introduce us to All-Mother. Because it combines the Ibushi fight, it combines this Narwa fight, and then it brings it all into a big cataclysmic crescendo. Can you tell I went to college for an English-related field with that wordplay? But naturally, this choice rubbed a lot of the community the wrong way, and I think it soured a lot of people on regular Thunder Serpent, even though it is a really cool fight, and I think deserves a little more respect than it usually gets. And the serpents in general, both Ibushi and Narwa, I think if Ibushi weren't, intrinsically linked to the Rampage, which is a kind of universally not very well-liked mechanic, and if Narwa weren't, marred by the development struggles, I think both of them would be a lot more popular in the community, because just look at her. We've seen Leviathans, we've seen big floating dragons, but I don't think, at least in the Monster Hunter games I have played, we have ever seen a creature that moves exactly like the Thunder Serpents do. They feel very unique and alien and just really fun to watch in motion as they are launching massive, comically large projectiles at you, and laser beams and rings of lightning that don't make much natural sense. They definitely feel super arcadey and super video gamey. I remember when Rise came out, I was joking with friends about how the Narwa fight reminds me of Nier, and the big, round projectiles that get shot out in the Nier series, and the big rings and the bullet hell kind of aspect of it. And I still feel like that's kind of accurate. I don't know how well their moveset works as natural creatures with the projectile side of things, but I'll be damned if they're not fun to fight. And I will always appreciate that the most in a Monster Hunter game. If the fight is fun and I am enjoying playing it, I can suspend my disbelief and put aside that this is supposed to be a real living, breathing creature for a while. Can you tell I've got a little more energy today since I'm actually wanting to, do a longer ramble and talk a little bit more? I'm curious to know what y'all think about the serpents, though, because it's kind of a mixed bag in the community. Some people love them, some people hate them. I'd love to know your thoughts. Let me know in the comments. I am always open to talk more about this stuff. Okay, now the fun part. Will Narwa appear in Wilds? No. I don't think so. It's very rare that we get a final boss monster to show back up in, another mainline game. The closest we've gotten, I think, is Shigaru Magala coming back, and even then, that wasn't really the end game monster of Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. That was Gagmazios, who we haven't seen again. But, Sideus we haven't seen for obvious reasons because of Underwater. Gagmazios we haven't seen. Nakarkos we haven't seen. Atalka we haven't seen again. Xenojiva, Safi Jiva, Shara Ishvalda. I don't think any of those are going to come back. I think the final boss monsters are always going to be kind of relegated to their original game, and I'm fine with that. I like having monsters that exist in their own game that are just exclusive to that. I think that's fine. And so I think for both of the Thunder Serpents, the likelihood of them returning both in Wilds and in the future of the series is probably going to be a 0 out of 10 unless Capcom decides to change how they do their endgame monsters appearing in future series games. That does, however, bring something to mind really quick before I wrap up about how much it sucks that so many of these really cool monsters are going to be locked behind games that are fundamentally inaccessible. The online servers for 3 Ultimate and 4 Ultimate have been shut down, so there's really no way to experience the endgame fights how they were intended to be faced with multiplayer parties. And yes, you can still buy physical copies of those games, but the eShop is also gone for the 3DS and the Wii U, so you can't buy digital copies of 3 Ultimate and 4 Ultimate anymore. So I will be just one in a sea of voices that will continue to beg Capcom to either, re-release these games as ports, or make them accessible in some way for new players to experience these fights. Or, just start bringing back old monsters and all that. Like, we want them. We want to see them again. We want to fight them. We want to wear their skin and turn them into hats because we love them so much. And on that happy little note, I am going to wrap up here for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Stick around until the end of the hunt. This is a really fun one. I always enjoy multiplayer hunts. I'm still looking into ways that I can record both my audio and Discord audio to see if, friends might be willing to, talk with me while we're doing these fights, because some of the shit we get up to is really, really wild, and I would love for it to be out there for everyone to hear. So stick around, enjoy the rest of the hunt, like, comment, and subscribe if you want to, don't if you don't, and until next time, I'll see you next time.